Bro, why are Hispanics mad about the Sinners movie? Let TikTok tell ya.
I love the movie Sinners, but ... Part 1. There will be spoilers. I love the movie Sinners, but it's literally the plot of From Dusk Till Dawn. Two criminal brothers head down south to start new lives. While down south, they are trapped in a building that's in the middle of nowhere, and they find themselves surrounded by vampires. One of the brothers is seduced by a beautiful vampire temptress and gets turned into a vampire. The other brother, who's a straight shooter, leads a group of survivors to survive the night until dawn. And throughout the movie, we have discussions about religion, faith, and family. In the final climactic battle of this movie, there's a huge fight between the survivors and the vampires. The Asian character in this movie sacrifices himself to protect their family. One of the characters in this movie who is turned begs their loved one to end their life, and with tears in their eyes, they do. And after killing all the vampires via sunlight, the only two survivors are the brother and the hopeful youth. The hopeful youth whose father was a preacher. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here, because I follow people in the horror community. No one's talking about this. It's insane. There is one fucking movie that Sinners owes everything to, and it's not fucking Puss in Boots, it's goddamn From Dusk Till Dawn. And like, I'm not saying Nosferatu, Dracula, Sinners, From Dusk Till Dawn, but I will say that Ryan Coogler needs to firmly address that he was inspired by a Latin American vampire movie because we are owed our flowers. Also, Ryan, I saw that tamale story you put in the movie. Where's the fucking Latino extras? Come on, Ryan, you're so good at putting Latinos in your movie. What the fuck happened here? You don't put Latinos in the movie, and you steal from the biggest Latino vampire movie? Come on, man, that's a bad look.
I don't think this guy liked this movie at all. I think he might be a racist.
Loving something does not excuse you turning a blind eye to its flaws. Acknowledging and discussing the flaws of something you love is healthy and leads to a better relationship. Hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about how the vampires in the movie Sinners don't make any fucking sense. Have a magical day, everyone.
Hey bitch, so there's something that I would like to discuss and I need y'all to all pay attention. Are you here? Get ready, let's go. So rumor has it that there are some Latinos complaining about the movie Sinners because there isn't any Latin representation. Alright boo, let's just have a seat and let's just have this discussion real quick, okay? So for one, historical context, we weren't fucking there. So why would the director make a film with us there? Oh, okay. And number two, even though you didn't see a physical representation of your people, there was a lot of symbolism and a lot of things and topics you could have related to. For instance, the topic of spirituality and how you noticed that in the movie there was not a fucking Bible that led them. It was them damn chicken bones and them rocks that guided their asses. Huh? Don't you remember that? Our own ancestors never had the Bible, motherfucker. The colonizer used that in order to enslave us. How about that? Also, how the music of our ancestors has transcended through the generations, being an influence in our culture today. And that's just a few things. So in conclusion, instead of complaining about the masterpiece that was presented before your eyes, take with you the message and the nuances that were wrapped in the script and the goddamn cinematography. Besides, I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see Juan or Pedro get bit by a white vampire in the first 25 minutes of the movie. So he put y'all in Black Panther instead. Stop complaining. Y'all don't have to be in everything. God damn it.
Y'all keep asking where's the Latino representation. Where was it in Selena? Y'all wanting closer proximity to Caucasians is so embarrassing. Yeah, they hate us, but they hate y'all too. They use y'all for y'all votes and told y'all to pack y'all shit up by 9 a.m. Matter of fact, we'll send somebody to move your shit for you. And if your kid's mad about you getting the fuck up out of here, then they can go too. In fact, get all the children and the babies too. Really? I mean, all of them. Yeah. You know what the crazy part about the Selena movie is that black people still want Yolanda Head to the day. We never was like, where's the black representation in this movie? Oh no, like this is crazy. Like, where's the black people in the movie? Where's the black people? We didn't even talk about the fact that J-Lo fucking Puerto Rican. And the fact that J-Lo whole career, she been stealing black women voices. So let's talk about it. But see, that's a whole different dynamic. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of how what y'all doing to the Sinner movie. Get over it.
I love the movie Sinners, but...
Simple solution. Stop including yourself in what we got going on. Find a Latino director.
make a Latino movie. He included enough of the others. To me, too much. How can a movie about slavery and vampires be anything similar to a fucking Latinx movie? Stop expecting black people to include you. Make your own movies. Why did you even go to see it? White Lotus is available. The Asian they let in, the bitch got them killed. The white Haley Steinfeld, they shouldn't have let her in. What would the Latinos in the movie have done? Call Michael B. Jordan a nick? They would have walked up to that door and said, "What's up, my nick?" And then Michael B. Jordan would have slammed that door. That's the end of the movie.
Okay, so I have not watched Sinners yet. I do want to, I just haven't seen it. But I have seen that there has been a discussion online over the lack, I guess, of Latino representation. And as someone who is Mexican, it just comes off as really annoying. Why would we be in Sinners when historically speaking we were not there? Asians were in the Mississippi area at that time. Native Americans have always been here. And of course, black people were there. We were not. Saying where's the Latino representation at the expense of other minority groups just comes off as very disingenuous. And don't get me wrong, we should be represented more. But again, not at the expense of other minority groups. There were opportunities to see Latino representations not that long ago even. For example, Blue Beetle. I watched Blue Beetle, even though the last DC movie I watched in the movie theater before Blue Beetle was the first Joker. And I knew it was important to go see it because Hollywood is a business. If Latino movies do well, they will make more. But again, I don't know, didn't do well. I guess a lot of people just sat back at home. A lot of Latinos said, nah, we're good. And I just think it's crazy saying, where is the Latino representation in a Ryan Coogler movie is crazy, especially when we were represented really, really well in Wakanda Forever. So, what are we doing here?
Why was there a tamale shop in Sinners? When people watched Sinners and saw that tamale shop pop up, which I didn't even see, it made some folks stop and question it. Some, even this creator right here, started asking where the Latino representation was. At first glance, it's pretty easy to think about traditional Mexican tamales, but when you look a little closer and do a little research, you realize the film actually got something quietly right. Delta tamales are a real thing, and they have been a part of Mississippi culture for well over a century. They didn't show up overnight. They came to the Delta with Mexican workers in the late 1800s and early 1900s who came looking for work in the cotton fields. Over time, black communities in the region picked up the recipe and made it their own. They adapted it to what was available around them. They used cornmeal, they packed them with local meats like pork, beef, or game. They boiled them instead of steaming them, and they kicked up the spice until they were small, greasy, fiery little bundles wrapped in corn husks. By the time Sinners takes place in 1932, Delta tamales were not just a rare find. They were everyday food. They were comfort food. You would find them sold on street corners and little shops or being carried around in big steaming pots. They were cheap, portable, and packed with flavor, and they were especially important for working class black communities that had to stretch every dollar. Selling tamales was a side hustle for a lot of people, a way to make ends meet when jobs were scarce and the economy was brutal. So when you see the tamale shop in Sinners, it's not a signal that there should have been a wave of Latino characters dropped into the story. It's a reminder of how cultures collide, mix, and leave pieces of themselves behind, even in the harshest conditions. Mexican laborers came through the Delta, but it was black hands that kept the tradition alive. It became something different, something local, something uniquely Delta.
Ryan Coogler needs to firmly address that he was inspired by a Latin American vampire movie because we are owed our flowers. Also, Ryan, I saw that tamale story you put in the movie. Where's the fucking Latino extras? Come on, Ryan, you're so good at putting Latinos in your movie. What the fuck happened here? You don't put Latinos in the movie, and you steal from the biggest Latino vampire movie?
You don't even have the spine to stand up with the black community to protect your own rights, but you have the audacity to be mad that you're not in black movies? Wasn't this you a few years ago?
Ryan Coogler, treats Latinos with so much love. We're gonna mail you your Latino card because you're one of us now.
Ryan Coogler put a lot of care and thought into historically and culturally representing the Mexican indigenous community in Black Panther, yet here you are, biting a hand that fed you by insulting him, claiming he stole from a white man's movie. By the way, a movie where you were portrayed as a villain in your own homeland. The secondhand embarrassment that I get when some Hispanics pathetically come on here and beg for opportunities from the Black community. Whether it's thinking you're entitled to a performance spot at Kendrick Lamar's Juneteenth show or being represented in a Black movie, and then the Black community gives you those opportunities, and then what do? Backstab and disrespect like this dude. And that behavior tracks. Looking at those election results just a few months ago, it's not enough that Hispanics already benefit from the civil rights that the Black community fought for. Many of y'all still have the audacity to think you're entitled to have the Black community protesting on your behalf when so many of y'all voted to have our civil rights taken from us. Yet you never have that same energy for your white oppressors. And that's probably because Hispanic men are the most subservient, most obedient to white supremacy. Stop begging for opportunities from the Black community and create your own. Because are you not embarrassed? Where's the reciprocity? You can't even vote right, and that's the easiest fucking thing that you can do.
Alright, so basically, dude from the original video wants flowers as the Latino community for a film a Caucasian man created. Latinos didn't make Till Dusk, Till Dawn. Quentin Tarantino did. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments.